Alrighty guys, we're back for Rakdos Pain, and this is an Edge of Eternities standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, we played this together over on the Twitch channel, and it was a suggestion down in the comments, so thank you so much for the suggestion. It was a fun one. We got 3 Dawnsire Sunstar Dreadnoughts. Here on the top end, it's a 5-mana legendary artifact spacecraft, so it has station. At 10 plus charge counters, whenever you attack, Dawnsire deals 100 damage to up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. 100 damage. Okay. At 20 plus, it has flying, and it's a 20/20, which honestly, that's fine, but it's really just in here for that top ability. We're going to try to plug that 100 damage onto Barbed Servitor. 4 mana 1/1, it has indestructible. When it enters, you suspect it. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card and lose 1 life, which is actually pretty good. And then whenever this creature is dealt damage, target opponent loses that much life. Nice. And of course, Screaming Nemesis had to make the cut as a 4 of as well. We even have a couple Pain for Alls in here too. So when this aura enters, enchanted creature deals damage equal to its power to any other target. Whenever enchanted creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to each opponent. So very similar to the Barbed Servitor then. So what else do we got packed in? How about Self-Destruct? It's a 2 mana instant speed. Target creature you control deals X damage to any other target and X damage to itself, where X is its power. And we got some chunky powered creatures in here. How about the Sentry here? At the front of the build, it's just a 1 mana 4/1 with Defender. So it trades up pretty nicely. But also, it stations that Dawnsire really nicely too. Now, when we're not relying on our creatures to station up the Dawnsire, we actually have a little bit of a combo in here with Systems Override. And then if we're not targeting the Dawnsire with the Override, maybe we're targeting the opponent's creatures, and we can sacrifice them to something like the Umbral Caller Zealot here too. Sacrifice another creature or artifact, surveil 1. Not half bad, huh? What's that Systems Override do? It's a 3 mana sorcery. Gain control of target artifact or creature until end of turn. Untap that permanent. It gains haste until end of turn. If it's a spacecraft, put 10 charge counters on it. If you do, remove 10 charge counters from it at the beginning of the next end step. So you see how you don't have to target something the opponent controls? You can totally target your Dawnsire. It's just noteworthy that your Dawnsire is not going to be doing the attacking unless it does actually have that 20 plus at that point. So like maybe you drop 2 Systems Overrides onto the Dawnsire, right? If you already had 5 mana, why not 6 on the next turn for double override? Either way, yeah, you really want to have another creature on the board ready to swing, so that way you get that middle ability on the Dawnsire. What else do we got packed in, guys? A couple Piggy Banks did the thing nicely today. We have a couple Eaten Alives, which for the most part hit in the deck list. I do think 2 is probably where we want it, though. As an additional cost to cast a spell, you can sacrifice a creature or pay the additional 3 and a black, exile target creature or planeswalker. That's not a terrible turn 4 to have a Systems Override, take their biggest thing, swing with it, and then main phase 2, Eaten Alive, sacrifice their biggest thing, right? And then pop something else with the exile. Yeah, not terrible. Also have a Drill 2 Deep in here. You get to choose one of these. You can put 5 charge counters on target spacecraft or planet you control, or destroy target artifact, which we've been seeing a lot of synthesizer builds. Oh, buddy. Funny enough, I don't think we saw any for this deck list, but still, we've been seeing a lot. Over in the mana base, we have all 4 of the Verge, all 4 Theaters, and all 4 Fabled Passage. The mana base felt pretty good today, and the deck thinning on the Fabled Passage actually came in handy quite a bit too, I would say. No honorable mentions, at the very least. What should have made the cut as an honorable mention? Guys, we're going to go ahead and just skip the final thoughts for this edited video, and a lot of the future Twitch edits will probably skip the final thoughts as well. So let me know in the comments if you'll end up missing the final thoughts. All right, either way, let's go ahead and get into those games. Okay. Yeah, we'll grab a swamp turn 1, not worry about it too much. I have all 4 Fable Passages in here as one of the main lands, so we can't complain too much about missing our turn 1. We definitely prefer just going right into the turn 2 either way. You have Boros push the limit. It's a great deck still. Nice jam. Yeah, I haven't seen many people playing with vehicles. Okay, they got a Leyline of the Void. Alright, I might as well pop Fabled Passage right now then. Get it out of the way. I can't think of too many reasons to wait till the end of the opponent's turn other than them having something that would clean it up out of the grave that they would actually care about. You know what I mean? Since it's already going to be cleaned up from the void. Candy Trail, 2 on top. Opponent, I'm scared. Be nice. Be nice, opponent. Please. What are they drawing into here? Maybe just land, honestly. Goodbye, Piggy Bank. No! Intimidation tactics. You get out of my hand! You monster opponent! Why couldn't it be a duress? No, my Surveyor. Hey! Ha ha! Take that, opponent. The old 1-2 punch with the Surveyor. Oh my goodness. A good draw. Start with the swing. Look at all this power on the board, guys. We have 10 power on the board ready to go ahead and just power up the Dawnsire. Yep, opponent's tired of the graveyard stuff for real. Yeah, they pop the Zealot here because anything else they target. It does specify another creature, and we could hit the Piggy Bank, but I'm not going to. That's our only thing that we're swinging with right now on the board, so I'll definitely need to do some deck thinning here. With a mountain in hand, we can successfully grab a swamp, but also I think we just grab a mountain anyways. I can't blame the opponent for playing Leyline of the Void at all. Honestly, they could care about having enchantments on the board. I guess we don't really know what we're up against yet. I don't know what it would be in Golgari right now, but... Now, against Golgari too, the destroy effects might be... They might have a hard time with Surveyor. There's definitely some cards... Oh, well, right there, right? Nowhere to run. They do hit... Wait a minute. Guys, yeah... Leyline of the Void, we don't get death triggers. Oh! Dawnsire. Hi, buddy. Hi there. One turn away. What's up with all the evil deck lists we've been playing today, guys? What's up with this? Oh, opponent, you need removal for the Surveyor. Like now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Opponent? Opponent, let me play it out, please. Please, opponent, don't leave. Don't leave. I guess we'll play the other Sentry. I guess that's how we'll power this then. Instead of tapping the Surveyor. Right? And then swing with Surveyor. That was good. That was really good. Very nice, very nice. All right. So technically, we needed a creature off the top. Other words, we wouldn't have had the swing for the 10 plus. It's 20 plus to turn it into a creature, which honestly, it already had 13 counters on it, which is crazy business. First try, no warm up. Incredible. Yeah, so we had the 5 to power it up to 10, but then we wouldn't have had the swing with the creature. So seeing the Sentry off the top was essential to pull that off. We just got lucky. Ooh, only red sources in hand. We're fine. We'll be fine. Going first is actually pretty huge here. Surveyor. We're fine. I'm sticking to it. We're fine, guys. Bristly Bill. Nemesis is an okay blocker. We're keeping it as a blocker to stop any landfall nonsense until they actually get trample on the board. Yeah, we got to remember we are not aggro. We are very much combo. That's it, right? I guess we can still push damage well. Yep, systems override can power up the Dawnsire. Go on to Tifa, but it doesn't have haste, so they don't got the swing on Bristly Bill. But next turn, Tifa is going to go for the victory. We find the 4th mana. I guess we could have, before playing that mountain, we could have like system override the Tifa, then played the mountain. Could have had a good swing for the turn, especially if we swung last turn with the Nemesis, but no way to sacrifice the Tifa in hand or anything. Plus, we only have mountains. I think we die next turn. I'm relatively certain we're dead next turn, but I'll still try to block because there's a chance that they miss. I just don't think that chance is very big. I think we're dead. We'll see. That's already 2. Tifa goes to 4, then double, right? Hey, Slime. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. $10.20. We still have the block. Oh, no, they had another land in hand. Well, yeah, right. It's like I said, it's a very low chance, but there was a chance. They could have missed that forest, for example. That didn't need to exist. Good game, opponent. Good game. Also, the trample didn't need to exist on Tifa, huh? Huh? Game creators? This trample has been way too tough to deal with sometimes. It's a worthwhile keep, I'd say. Because, yeah, any land off the top, even more mountains, could have led us into the combo eventually. We're doing deck thinning right at the beginning here. Oh, no, we're not. All right, nice. Come on down, Sentry. I'd love to get a Pain for All on the Sentry. That'd be pretty cool. Becomes a... Hey, Tifa! You get out of here, Tifa. I should pop it. I should. Oh, man. No, I'm gonna wait. We're not dead next turn. We're fine. We're totally fine. Everything's fine. I'm on the edge of my seat, opponent. Holy cow, it's just a Veil. So even if we find untapped mana, the Veil will protect against the Pain for All. So we probably should have popped the Tifa. Would have been a 2-for-1 on us, though. Maybe we can survive another turn. I'm going to grab a red source regardless of what's in our hand here. Yeah, maybe I should have... No, I'm sticking to it, man. I think we'll survive. You know, the opponent already popped off in the last game. I don't think this opponent's going to pop off. Yep, sticking it out. Bring it on, Tifa, bring it on. Mossborn Hydra, and finally the land comes down. Not even that deadly. We're totally fine here. Fabled brings it out tapped since they don't have the 4th. Yep, we can pop the Mossborn Hydra. They both have trample. They're both deadly. Alright. We can grab the other swamp without any issues. Self-Destruct on the Sentry pops the Hydra. Like I said, it's a 2-for-1, but it's decent. Pain for All on the Sentry pops the Hydra, but then we're still going to have to deal with the excessive trample damage when it comes time. And the Pain for All, like trampling through, they're only going to end up doing 1 damage to the opponent. because of the trample. You have a self-destruct, though, for after the fact. And Barbed Servitor. Yeah, no matter what, we have to clean up the Mossborn Hydra. Since Tifa has no extra counters, it's definitely the smallest threat on the board. I guess we keep it all back. Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. Why is this new meta so confusing? I haven't played in a week and I feel lost. It's been a wild time in Standard. Titanic growth. Well, I'm glad we kept it all back. Let's hope they miss the Fabled Passage number 2. They go Veil. That'll be 6 power doubling twice. 12, 24 power. Yeah, once they played the Veil, we knew the last Fabled Passage was in their hand. Not the last, but you guys know what I mean. And 24, we are forced on a full block. If they swing with Elves, we die. We can only block 5, down to 19. Yeah, I guess we're dead. Wow. GG opponent. Holy cow, mono green's been rough, huh? Alright. Build your own Mossborn Hydra. Yep, that's what they did with the Tifa. It was a good turn. It was a really good turn for them. That's crazy business, man. Oh, dude, Ice Till would have been crazy for the opponent in that last game. Let's see if we get a counterspell out of the opponent's hand. No, Zealot lands. How about a Get Lost? Truth says, Zay MTG pickup line for today. Hey, baby, it's love in plain sight. You don't mind if I swamp you with love, do you? Oh my goodness, it's an Orzhov pickup line. I like it, Truth. I like it. That's funny. The plain sight was actually really hard for me to read for some reason. Come on down, Nemesis. Guys, who would have thought it was a Get Lost, huh? Who would have thought? That's crazy. Get Lost is actually decent for us, right? Because we can use those map tokens quite effectively in this deck list, I would say. Ooh, they pass it back. We're in the clear. Now we have to say, is it going to be Exile board wipe, or is it just going to be Day of Judgment and Surveyor can actually survive? We have good damage with a Self-Destruct here, too. I think we're going to get Surveyor down for the turn. I'm going to bank on Day of Judgment over Exile board wipe. Also, it could be tapped land next turn and they could miss the Exile. So, yeah. Yep, that's very true. Zealot is excellent removal bait. Get the removal out of the opponent's hand. Oh, Beza. Beza, why? Why? All right, so probably a good swing. They don't want to block with Beza by any means, right? They don't really want to chump here either. Boosting Surveyor could be pretty good, but same with Nemesis too. I think I am going to boost the Surveyor since it has Indestructible, and that could be pretty key. Alright, we see land. That's not terrible. Let's go again. Sentry is going to be sent because we need more aggressive things here, and we also need our combo. So Self-Destruct on Surveyor doesn't pop the Surveyor. It's a good chunk of extra damage if we want to do it that way. They are going to block the Nemesis here, completely removing life gain from the equation. for the rest of the match and they go down to 10. I mean, that's pretty good for us, right? We see a Dawnsire off the top. Self-Destruct could pop the Beza. They get another 2. They won't have the chump then next turn. We should do this while they're tapped out, right? Let's get the Beza off the board so it's a little harder for them to deal with the Servitor too, as the Servitor tries to get through successfully. I guess we should establish the Sentry as well. See what we can pull off with the Dawnsire next turn. Or Dawnsire. There we go. I feel like the Self-Destruct was worthwhile to pop the Beza. Honestly, Beza number 2, but they don't get the life gain. They don't get anything. It's just a creature. Riverturn Monument. Wow, we've been seeing a lot of this mill deck list today. Alright, we should definitely deck thin with the Fabled Passage over the Surveil on the Theater. Grab another Swamp. We're pretty far from powering up the Dawnsire this turn at least. We probably still want to swing with the Servitor. Before anything else, it probably gets through. It's a hard thing to block. But they also don't want us to draw cards, so maybe they do block with Fishies. See what we get done. Let's see what the draw is. No, not the Beza. Yep, they go ahead and take the 2. Oh, Systems Override. Wow. And they're tapped out, so we get the Dawnsire on the board. We don't need to block. We're fine. Yep, we'll start going Sentry, but Systems Override will override the Dawnsire anyways. It doesn't hit the Servitor because it's Destroy. Indestructible actually coming in handy here. They go Mill, Nemesis, another Override. They got 2 open, another Override. Wow, I'm going to try to play around. I'm just going to play the untapped source. That way we still have 3. No, we have 4 now. Wow, we have a lot of mana. Well, either way, we're playing around specific counterspells. We're going to try. Target the Dawnsire. Swing with the Servitor. Negative 94. Very nice. That's funny. That's so funny. Oh man, it's good. It worked out twice now. What's going on? I can't believe that. All right, opponent goes first. I like it. It's a really neat concept for a deck list where we have Override, but then ways to sacrifice too. So we're not just relying on Override powering up our station. We're also relying on stealing things from the opponent and potentially popping them. Which we haven't seen our front end removal. Which is a little weird. Bank, okay. I too will play a bank. A bank of Piggy. Now you guys tell me, what are the actual odds of the opponent and I both playing a bank of some sort, but they're different banks? Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to and dealt by this creature. So it's just combat damage. We could totally go Pain for All on the Piggy. That's probably fine. Other than that, that blocker is going to be really annoying. I'm going to go on to the Piggy over the Sentry, too. I wouldn't mind dumping my hand of creatures, but we don't know what we're up against yet. Yeah, this isn't combat damage, so it does pop, and then we can swing through. Now with Pain for All on the Piggy, any damage dealt to Piggy. Stasis Snare. No, Piggy, get down. No. All right, let's do some deck thinning. I don't mind the Fabled Passages in this deck list at all. Grab a red source for sure. All right, we'll dump our hand. We don't know what we're up against. I'm scared. No board wipe, no board wipe, please. Please, opponent. Please. One more year. One more year. No, we won't be playing that long, Jam. Just a couple more minutes. A turtle? What are we up against? Oh, this could be like budget control, which would actually be really cool, right? Yeah, depending on the control deck list, you have to like give some props. Wait, what is this? +1/+1. Equipped creature deals combat damage to a player. Create a treasure token. I have no idea what we're playing against. I have no idea. It could be budget control. Yeah, we have some budget lands over there too. All right, I'm excited to see more of the opponent's deck list. Yeah, things like Turtle and Fog Bank slowing down the opponent's aggro or slowing down the landfall builds, for example, until they have the Stasis Snare for Tifa. I could see it. Healer's Hawk. Equip the Gold Vein. Oh, Systems Override. Number 2 is actually brutal. We can't do both this turn, but we'll steal the Healer's Hawk with one of these. Hop it to the Zealot. I almost went to combat. It's my Hawk. Aha! That's my treasure token. Unfortunately, they have a really good block on the ground. That's not going to stop me from swinging with the Zealot, too. Okie dokies. Treasure token. Zealot. Hey, wait a minute. That was my treasure token. Dude, what on earth? How does that work? Oh, the Gold Vein never switched control. Yeah, only the Hawk switched control, right? So they still created the treasure. Wait a minute, this is a starter deck? Wait, Jam, really? Oh, I thought we were up against like a budget control deck list that the opponent was trying out. But I guess it would make sense if it was a starter deck. Bro, get this land out of the deck list. Holy cow. Please, no more land. I don't mind seeing the 5th one, though. Don't get me wrong. The 6th one is a little excessive for right now. If we take the turtle, we ramp them further, but then we can pop the turtle to the Zealot? I guess. I don't know. I don't know, man. So what else is in this starter deck, guys? Does it have board wipes and stuff? Counter spells? Bloom Trick. Oh! Tap down the Zealot so we can't swing with it. Alright, I guess I'll go for the swing. They want to take the 1 because they get treasure ramp because the Gold Vein. Yeah, they get a little treasure ramp here. Honestly, we could just pop it. You know what? Maybe we shouldn't be ramping the opponent. If it was more damage, if they would have blocked, that would have been good for us too. But no, we don't really need another sentry. We just need more of our combo pieces. Yep, the ability's on the equipment, not on the creature. That makes sense. Oh, it's flyers. But, like, what's the turtle doing in there? Gold Vein Pickaxe being an absolute pain in the butt. Guys, I think we're gonna die. I think we're gonna die. I might pop the sentry and get a surveil, but I don't know. We'll see. Hey, there we go. All right, a good draw. So Pain for All on the Zealot over the Sentry, probably. And try to hit the Eagle. Maybe. They do have 3 mana open. All right. That's not good news, guys. I think we're in danger if they have something for this eagle. Fabled Trick. They can tap down the Zealot. Still pretty scary, though. Double Fabled Trick is actually really good tempo. Still got 5 in the air. We just completely fizzled out this game. All 4 Fabled Passages. Is that enough deck thinning, guys? Is it enough? Dawnbringer? Guys? Guys? I don't think I should have used both overrides. Guys? We're definitely going to die. We need something incredible. You know, so which starter deck is this? Oh, Surveyor's decent, but it doesn't do anything to all their flyers. We can start getting through with some card draw on the Surveyor. First Strike Lifelink is terrible news for us with like the Pain for All and stuff. Only blockers on the ground. We have one more turn after this one, guys. We need something incredible. I suppose with everything on the board, we could top deck a Dawnsire. If they don't remove anything on the board, of course. Yep, popping the turtle seems like a big mistake now. Absolutely. So it could be my fault, because if I would have waited, we could have picked up the Dawnbringer, which would have been a crazy swing, too. It's left in their hand. They're going to re-equip to the Dawnbringer. All right, Dawnsire off the top for the victory. Let's do this. Let's do this, guys. We can power it up with these 3 creatures. Come on. No, it's mana. Yeah, so if we would have popped a Sentry for Surveil, then we wouldn't have had enough on the board to power up the Dawnsire. Nemesis would have been pretty good. At that point, though, we're looking specifically for Dawnsire or a way to pop the Dawnbringer. We want to do this before we get the Surveyor through to deal 1. Another Sentry, too. Alright, we go in. See what we draw on the Surveyor down to 1. Another Surveyor. Actually not terrible, right? Yeah, not too bad. I guess we'll pop this one that's tapped just to see more off the top, too. It's more land. Oh, dear. Hey, good game, opponent. Opponent's climbing, dude. Opponent's going for it. So this was the... So Azorus Flyers is one of the starter decks, huh? Look, man, it was not bad. The double Fabled trick was wild, too. The starter builds can't be that bad. They have to have some chance, right? Right? Opponent goes first. Yeah, this is probably the last game of the evening here. I'd say this is a pretty good hand to keep for the last game of the evening. Based on the last game, we'll definitely draw mana. There's the mana. Saz's Chocobo is like some of the worst news we've had all day. I guess we're in danger, guys. The landfall has been rough, especially against this deck list. Land War Elves. And still got 1 mana open with the Forest to protect Dawnsire. If we go Zealot and we top deck a way to steal their creature, it's better than Piggy Bank. If we don't top deck a way to steal their creature, Piggy Bank's better because it blocks well into the Chocobo and gets us ramp closer to the Dawnsire. Either way, Pain for All next turn is pretty good on the Zealot as well. So we're going to skip the ramp on the Piggy Bank and just see. Traveling Chocobo and miss the Fabled Passage? No! No, they never miss the Fabled Passage, guys. They never miss. I'm scared. Saz's Chocobo is going to be very, very chunky, and we would have had a great chump with this Piggy Bank, but now we just don't. Take the 5, cry ourselves to sleep, because we need a target for the Pain for All. Eaten alive! There it is! Wow, okay. Get out of here, Traveling Chocobo. See if that Pain for All can get some work done with the Saz's Chocobo. Missed the Fabled Passage? They missed the Fabled Passage! Let's go! We take the chump while we have the chump, right? Based on what's in hand. Only 3 mana. They go down. We go down to 7, or next turn, yeah. Bushwhack's their main piece of removal. I'm thinking, opponent. If we top deck another Pain for All, maybe we do take the 7. If Bushwhack's their main removal anyways, the problem is the wide swing too. We do find 4th mana, which isn't terrible. It does let us get... Wait a minute. Wait a minute, guys. Yeah, we don't want... Yeah, Surveyor can't block. It has Suspect. So we probably want Piggy Bank eaten alive onto the Traveling Chocobo, because we still have a good block into the Saz's Chocobo. Traveling Chocobo is the one that pops it off a little bit too far, and is probably still the best bet. Since Saz's Chocobo doesn't have Trample. This is Sorcery Speed. Gets us ramp into the Dawnsire too. Let's see if they have the protection. Because we'll still have the chump next turn. They miss the Snakeskin Veil as well, guys. Wow. So we could get another Zealot down, or we could just save up and try to get Dawnsire next turn. We'll see, though. We'll see what they end up doing, because I think we're in danger. We probably won't have the Dawnsire next turn. I guess Bushwhack does kill us since we are down to 7. Regardless of the damage that they take to face. So maybe I should have played the Zealot? No, we're just getting lucky that the opponent's missing, maybe. Spring Bloom Druid. I'd say Traveling Chocobo is worth picking up. If we had a way to power up the Dawnsire next turn, it would be pretty good. We're gonna boost wide. That makes the most sense to me as well. Alright. Forced into a block. The opponent goes down to 11. I guess we could have sacrificed the treasure for Surveil, but that also seems pretty bad, right? Screaming Nemesis. Wow. Wow, but they are wide enough here, right? Well, no, I guess we could play the Zealot too. Nemesis is a really good blocker. Zealot could potentially block. Maybe they'll finally miss some mana for the turn and they won't have any boost. Yeah, Nemesis was a good draw. Maybe they can't swing. Yeah, not bad. I agree. Dawnsire won't do nothing. Yeah, once we can get it onto the board, if we can actually power it up, we're pretty set. Traveling Chocobo off the top. Do they find the mana that they need here? Traveling Chocobo number 4. No, number 3. My bad, guys. I thought... Wait. No, it is. It's number 4. They found all 4 Traveling Chocobo. Oh, no. They find a forest off the top. That's all they need as they boost wide onto the board state and full swing here. No, 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 no. They can't go all into the... Wait. What am I missing? No, I'm terribly miscalculating here. I thought it was way more of a boost. Yeah. So, number one, we take the trade into the Spring Bloom, I guess. Yeah, they can't swing with the Screaming Nemesis. They go down. We go down to 2. They still have the full swing next turn, so maybe we should just chump. Being at 11. If we don't find a blocker for the Chocobo next turn, we die. If we block the Bristly Bill with the Screaming Nemesis, we could pop the Bristly Bill, but they still have 4 creatures wide, and one of them needs blocked. The other 3 is still 7 if we do find a chump. So I think we just take the 5 down to 2 and hope for something. We need something incredible. Self-Destruct is not the way through here. Yeah. It is not the way. Oh no! Self-Destruct could have been decent, maybe, earlier. Still don't have a swing with the Sazu's Chocobo. We'd still die first anyway since we're at 2. Alright, Self-Destruct can be kept open. We'll pass it back and let the opponent do the thing, I suppose. Brutal matches versus Mono Green Landfall as, boy, they just pop off, don't they? They really got it. Yeah, seeing land off the top with the Traveling Chocobo shouldn't be too surprising, but that also was a significant chunk of mana and deck thinning from the opponent here, with the Spring Bloom Druid ripping 2 basics out and the Fable as well. Looks like the opponent chose some pretty good blocks. So something we can do is chump here, or pretty good attacks, which doesn't lead us to any good blocks, but still. We can chump there, then self-destruct the Nemesis, and then pop another Chocobo getting through for the best possible play, I suppose. And then we still end up... No, that's right, we get to separate the Nemesis damage here into the other Traveling Chocobo. Do they have protection for it? They do. They found a Snakeskin Veil. Good game. Holy cow. For some reason there at the end, I was thinking the Nemesis was going to hit face. But no, we do get to choose the target on Nemesis. We don't get to choose the target on the Surveyor and the Pain for all. This does damage to the opponent, and Surveyor has the opponent lose that much life. GG. Yeah, I think so. I think that was a pretty good game. It probably could have been anyone's pretty easily.